Yo, what's up? I'm working on this one late at night. It's now 11:20 over here, and I wanted to just work on this and pull it out, bring it out as the inspirations come. In this one, again, maybe more of a rant than it will be a tutorial. And in this one, it's actually I wanted to talk about uh, Bzrkr. This comic book that's coming out. It seems Keanu Reeves is promoting it. I don't know if the story is created by him or somebody else, but I think it's created by him, and the main character is loosely based on, well, is designed after him actually. And the main thing I wanted to talk about this was the backlash that this comic book has gotten. I mean, a lot of people are vexed. Mainly, when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about those social justice types. Um, I'm a prescriber to each his own, but uh, I have to say that I do find the social justice warriors or those social justice types to be worrisome. And me making it into a euphemism, basically. That's being light about it, being nice when I say they're worrisome. I mean, they like to put their mitts in everything and want the world to bend to them getting their way when they're destroying some of our some of our cherished some of our cherished media, basically. I mean, for a long time comic books was something that belonged in the domain of nerds, or people who guys who they just wanted to get some sort of fantasy apart from the reality, some escape to watch your favorite characters. And then these guys come and put their mitts all into it, and they just started to mess everything up. I mean, with the whole "where are her organs" movement and a whole bunch of other crap. And now look at the backlash. I mean, look at what's happening with Star Wars. We thank God Kathleen Kennedy has been taken off of Star Wars. I mean, thank God, thank all the powers that be. I mean, seriously. That chick was off her rocker with what she did with Star Wars. I mean, seriously. You see what happened with Star Wars and you start thinking, dude, were these people high? Do they know anything about Star Wars? Ah. Well, let's get off of that and still talk about this epic comic. I mean, if you look at the cover for Bzrkr, I mean, it just looks amazing. I wish I could get a copy of it here. I wish I could get a copy of it here in Ghana. But, we'll see, we'll see. But anyways, Bzrkr is doing for comics what the comic industry should have done a long time ago, or what DC and Marvel should have done a long time ago. This one maybe I'll give you a bit of a tutorial. Here I put a parallel line ruler, and I'm using it to basically give me some guide as to how I'm going to place my shadows. I don't have to put it exactly out onto it, but it is still giving me the guide that I need. Her head protrudes, so I can make it come out more. And I'm making that the light is coming from the front in that way, so if it's coming from the front in this way, I'll have it like this basically. And then I indicate certain places where there's going to be a definite difference between her armor. Alright. But anyways, so you see, this rant is gonna go also and branch into the whole social justice issue and comics and how comics don't need it. I mean, if you watch the first video I did on the character that I was creating, we'll get back to that one in another time though. I'll bring the next video of the next step that I'll be working on. We're on the inks for now. But anyways, if you look at social justice and comics, since they put their mitts on our comics, since they started to invade the comic environment or the comic sphere, most of our comics have gone down the drain, gone down the gutter with stupid woke nonsense, actually. I mean, I hope you didn't see it, but there was a Spider-Woman comic where she was pregnant Spider-Woman fighting crime. I do not see where the empowering message was. I really didn't see it. It made no sense to me. I didn't see anything in there that was empowerment. And I wondered, was this woman or the person who did the comic, have they ever experienced what it's like to be pregnant? Do you know the dangers that are on a woman to do anything that is over the top rigorous in terms of physical activity while you're pregnant? But in this case, these guys aren't doctors and they don't really care about that. They're just looking to push an agenda, and that's the thing that really gets on my nerves. Comics are not a place for agenda pushing. And even if you could push an agenda with the comic, shouldn't you push something that would be more beneficial to everyone instead of something that ostracizes people? And if you don't understand what I mean by this, I mean, these woke comics are making it seem like men are bad. Wake up, women. Really, seriously, wake up. If you guys were complaining before, saying that men weren't giving you liberty, and men should respect women because all men came out of a woman. Well, where did that baby come from that the woman pushed out? Where did it come from? I mean, are all women miraculously, were all women the Virgin Mary? I don't think so. And this one, it's not to all women that I'm saying this. I'm talking about the feminist movement and how they're pushing this agenda in domains that they should just leave alone. I feel really attacked as a creator. Like, I can't create something unless I push an agenda or unless I succumb. But me, I've made it, like I've pledged to never succumb to these people. Me, for my comics and for my work, because of a Western background that I have, I am somewhat influenced by the West, but I am also in touch with my African traditions. And there's no way that I'm gonna sacrifice my values, especially my tradition, my culture, just because of some really weak people who get triggered every time you show somebody, a woman, in a sexual light. Yet, when women sexualize themselves, it seems like it's empowerment. It's not misogynistic. It's not toxic masculinity. That's the thing that even got me the most. So, if a woman decides to go and spread her thoughty wings, that's empowerment. But when a guy decides that he likes to see women in bikinis, then it's toxic. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Hell, it doesn't even take a 10-year-old to see that there's something wrong here. But hey, if I go and talk about it, then it seems it's a problem because I'm a guy. I shouldn't talk about it. But that's another topic. Just, I wish they would just stay away from our comics. I really do. I mean, look at this. Keanu Reeves, they started this Kickstarter. Keanu Reeves and the creators of this comic, they started a Kickstarter for this comic. And it has already broken records on Kickstarter. Because everybody wants comics to return to the way they were. I mean, it's like hashtag make comics great again. The worst part of it is how it attacked the movies. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Captain Marvel was the worst movie to me. The worst of the Marvel movies in the current MCU. Captain Marvel to me was just horrible. And yet it's promoted as if it was the best movie. I wonder when humanity's gonna wake up to some of these things, or when the West is gonna wake up to some of these things. Right? Let me put it like that, because it doesn't affect the Japanese, which I think the Japanese are cool in that way. I mean, anime and manga is still one of my go-tos because they don't compromise. I mean, they're there to tell their story, and they hate it when somebody tries to interfere with the story they're trying to tell. And I feel like that's how American comics should have been, you know? Comics were a storytelling platform where people were just telling the stories that they thought up of, their ideas, and they would create awesome characters, put them in some challenges. I mean, they would follow basically the outline for any great story. And now that's changed. That's changed. But hey, one of my vows is to never make a comic and then sacrifice my story in order to push an agenda. Alright. Let me put this here. But that was my 2 cents on what's going on today. I'm gonna continue this drawing. I might make another video and talk about something else. But in the meantime, or until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining me. Oh, and please give me comments. I really want more feedback from you guys. Thanks. Bye.